It's a story of one infantry company among many that were over there. I feel it's a story there of the people in that company. My uh, people there had a belief in me and did what I asked them to do under great and tremendous hardships. We were formed in Hagaru-ri with a Royal Commando Unit 4-1 Commando to form Task Force Drysdale, named after the commanding officer of the Royal Marines, Lieutenant Colonel Drysdale, who is now deceased. And our mission was to break through the Chinese roadblocks and holding up the main supply route from Hagaru-ri to Hagaru. As we went forward, my company passed through the lines of the commando lines, and we ran into very stiff enemy resistance. And it was noted there that we would not be able to get on through to Hagaru-ri, walking up the ridge lines as we were doing then. So we were instructed to hold down onto the main road and there form this task force again with Bravo Company of the Army in front. My company was second, and the commandos were to bring up the rear. Our mission was to break through the Chinese, and we had approximately, I'm not sure on the number now, but a few hundred trucks loaded with supplies to assist the 5th and the 7th Marines who were on up further north. And that was for us to get through to Hagaru-ri, and then the supply trucks to get on further north. As we started moving up, the evening was coming. We were going in the trucks. They only had the canvas on them, and the Chinese up on the ridge lines were firing down on the trucks, and it seemed like fish in a rain barrel. Had people wounded, killed. My Jeep was shot out from under me, and I was standing along the side of the road, and the first sergeant picked me up. I was got on the driver's side on the running board of the truck. Later on, I was talking to the first sergeant on the passenger side, and something made me just move around at the next stop to get on the other side, the driver's side, and we got into the ambush there. And as the first sergeant stepped out, he got all the slugs through the stomach, which I'd have gotten across the back. In the confusion and things happening and people shouting, and there I got a hold of everybody I could and had them face out, sort of like the old wagon days of the westerns there, and start shooting. And it seemed like everybody I touched, somebody was hit, dropped, something there, and I don't know, I seemed to have an invisible shield or something protecting me. Maybe the good Lord. I always accredit it to him. I went forward to find the Colonel Drysdale, and he was wounded at that time, and so he turned the command over to myself, and our job was then to keep going and break through. So I came back and told everyone there to get everybody wounded and dead into the trucks, get on the trucks. Now we were going to move forward and get on into Hagaru-ri, which we did. As we came into Hagaru-ri, I saw some tents, our American-type tents, and I thought we were within the lines. But as we got there, the Chinese came out of the tents and started firing, and we lost about 3 or 4 more trucks with the company wounded and dead and other people there. At night, having not many sleeping bags and things, we got all the people, and we were given a field to bed down in that night, and going through. So the next morning in the snow, the only thing you could see was the little rings where people were breathing and completely covered by snow. We were ordered to take the East Hill, which was being occupied by the Chinese, and if held by them, would be dominating Hagaru-ri, and we couldn't get the troops back from up north. So we attacked that morning up the hill, and it was ice, snow, one of those things where you take one step forward, about half a step back. Finally, fighting with the Chinese, got up there that night, established the lines, and getting ready for to be defended. And that night about 10 o'clock, I think, we heard the bugles and the flares and the screaming, and we were attacked that night by, they say, a regiment of Chinese came in and hit the lines, and we got into hand-to-hand combat, then into grenades fighting around the CP, and I was wounded in the face, the arms, and chest. There were no other officers. All my other officers had been wounded and evacuated beforehand. So I remained behind, and we hung on that night and fought, and by early the next morning, with assistance from the commandos and others from the hill below, we were able to restore the lines and keep our position and maintain there and hold it for the 5th and 7th Marines withdrawing from the north. We stayed there 2 more days, and then came down to cross the other side of the to the other side of the airfield from the hill down, and we got into combat that night. We captured some Chinese and held them until we moved south. So they say my citation, which you have a copy of, says about 36 hours of combat and things there. That's why I was awarded the Medal of Honor. I feel truthfully that I only wear it as a symbol for the Marines and others that were fighting with us, and it is much their medal as it is anything that I did, because they all had a hand in it, and the little blue stars on it, they have part of those stars themselves.
Thanks for watching. If you'd like to help us produce more compelling historical content like this, please like, comment below, and share this video with fellow history buffs. And of course, be sure to subscribe to help keep history happening.